Welcome to my comic show. These are the comics that you really should know. Conquest, BBC, Civil War II, Death to Us, 1 and 2. What will the readers go through this week? Tune in now for comics this week.
That's Trump Clone 1, Trump Clone 2.
Oh my god.
And this article says that Trump wants an army of clones. That's Trump Clone 3. Clone 1, Clone 2, Clone 3. Wants an army of Trump clones. So Trump is not one person, and he was killed off and replaced with a reptilian. Clone 1. That's Clone 2, Clone 3, Clone 4.
Hey everybody, I'm Gringo Loco Diablo. Right? How do you like that? That sounds cool, right? Anyway, so this Yuha servant guy, whatever the fuck he calls himself on YouTube, this dude just made a video talking about Donald Trump wants an army of fucking clones. And even tried to refer to some article saying where Donald Trump won. What? He tried to refer to an article, but then talk about. I really don't think that article exists. I think he kind of just made it up. Just said, "Oh, this article here says Trump wants an army of clones." What are you talking about? And then he literally types in fucking. He goes on Google search on the pictures and types in Trump clones. He's like, look, here's one clone, here's two, here's a clone 2, here's clone number 3. He's looking at different fucking pictures of Donald Trump and calling each fucking picture a clone. Are you fucking mad? What the fuck is wrong with you? Come on. So here, I'm gonna make fun of it, and I'm gonna try to make fun of somebody who hasn't really been exposed or made fun of too much, because people can't really make fun of the guy. He's a beast. And I'll even show you guys after why people don't make fun of him. It's because how he stomps all these crazy fucking guests he have on. But I am going to expose Tucker Carlson for having clones. Alright, so you see, this is Tucker Carlson right here. Now, all you gotta do is go right to Google, you write Tucker Carlson clone, and then you got clone 1 right there, you got clone 2 right there, you got clone 3 here, you got clone 4 right there. Back to clone 1 again down here underneath clone 1, that's clone 1 right there. Or maybe that could be clone 1.5, depending on how many cuts they did in that interview. Maybe I don't know how reliable they are on one Tucker Carlson clone, so maybe they have 2 Tucker Carlson clones come in. And, I'm going to play a little clip with this guy real quick, just to show how this guy exposed Tucker Carlson as being a clone, and the way that he talks, you can tell he's a clone. And this is Tucker Carlson talking to this dude here. She's a nice lady. That's Kathleen Jenner. She won the male's gold medal Olympics. That's cool. Female is a gold medalist in Olympics. That is amazing. So you can see, this is probably clone 8 right there. You know what I mean? Just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Here we go. Here's another clone. This is a Donald Trump's clone right there. So you see, Donald Trump is clearly a clone. Tucker Carlson is clearly a clone. And anybody, Sean Hannity, everybody that you see on TV, it's clearly a clone. Look at that. 2 completely different people. They got the same skin, the same face, the same eyes, the same nose, the same mouth. But the insides are robotic, and they're AIs, and they are clones. And, yeah. So these are just some clones here. Megyn Kelly, a lot of people think she's a clone nowadays. So, see, step 1, ask a question. Step 2, stare blankly. Step 3, laugh at the answer? Yeah, okay. That's one of Tucker Carlson's strategies, I suppose. Basically, somebody's trying to make fun of Donald Trump and said Donald Trump's a clone by looking at each one of the fucking pictures. Say, look, there's one clone there, there's another clone, look, there's clone 3. I mean, come on, that's just fucking absurd. Get a fucking life. Oh my god, Donald Trump is a fucking badass, and Tucker Carlson is a motherfucking badass, okay?
Of Black Lives Matter, one of the points would be to speak out against singling people out on the basis of their race and punishing them for that? Because you can't control what your race is, and yet they seem to be doing that. Explain that to me.
What I say to that is boo-hoo-hoo. You white people are angry because you couldn't use your white privilege card to get invited
Lisa.
to the Black Lives Matters All Black Memorial Day celebration.
Yeah, no problem, Tucker. So, this is a sham. Your company isn't real. Your website is fake. The claims you have made are lies. This is a hoax. Let me start at the beginning, however, with your name, Dom Calypso, which is not your real name. It's a fake name. Well, we ran you through law enforcement level background checks, and that name does not exist. So let's start out with the truth. Look, here's the point that I hope our viewers can understand. I'm not in any way denying that the climate is changing. I'm utterly open to the possibility that the change is caused by man's activity. I'm merely calling into question your claim that all of this is settled, that we know precisely what is happening and why, and that anyone who asks pointed questions about it is a denier and ought to be imprisoned or shouted off the stage.
No, that was your word. That's you guys. That's not my claim, and I really.
Would you like me to read your quote? That people who disagree with you ought to potentially go to jail? You said that.
Okay.
And I'm just saying,
I'm not sure that's
skepticism
exactly what I
baked
said,
into
Mr. Carlson.
science?
We can talk about that shortly, but.
Is it appropriate to jail the guys from Enron? Was it appropriate to jail the people in the cigarette industry who promised it wasn't addictive, etc.?
Okay.
Look, my only point is, shouldn't we be encouraging people to ask honest questions, which I am doing, and you don't seem to have the answers to those questions.
Okay, I got to disagree with you. I claim I do have the answers.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, first we've got to make sure we nip it in the bud, and we make sure that they're not allowed to recruit and act as if it's respectable to call for the mass murder of millions of people, in fact, millions who make up the majority of people in this nation at this point.
Okay,
and so they can't
just to be
hide
clear,
behind the
there's
platform of free speech.
Milo Yiannopoulos, this is not a defense of him, just a factual point, has not ever said that, in public anyway, not that we have a record of. There's no evidence that he has called for the genocide of anybody, as you know, but you're saying by transference in some way, he inspires people who believe that, I guess. But you're not getting my question. Like, when you say nip in the bud, should he be allowed to go on the subway and talk to the guy next to him about perhaps joining his movement? Or should he be allowed to talk to people in restaurants? Or what should we do with the fascist who you believe is inspiring genocide?
So first of all, the alt-right is a neo-fascist movement, and they're trying to hide behind some softer versions of their more open counterparts who identify themselves as Nazis. But they're still part of the same movement.
Yeah, the main point basically is that we are greatly supportive of national treasures such as Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, Peyton Manning, right? And we really support their efforts to really get the truth out there. And in the case of the current client that we have right now, that client is very interested in releasing the Roswell papers. I don't know it. Really? So you're pretty supportive of Peyton Manning, are you? Extremely.